Good morning, students. Today we're going to continue talking about parabolas. We're going to continue talking about vertex form. And today we're going to be talking about the vocabulary to describe the transformations. So transformations mean how is the parabola changing? So in order to discuss how it's changing, we have to discuss what is the original parabola or the parent parabola. And I'm using the simplest one. We've talked about it before. Y equals x squared. Just a reminder, that is a U-shaped graph called a parabola. It has a vertex at the origin located at 0, 0. And we're going to make some changes to it. We're going to move that around. We're going to reflect it upside down. We could possibly stretch it out. And those changes are determined by A, H, and K as given by vertex form. The A, the number in front, is in charge of two things. It could possibly reflect the original parabola, or it could possibly even stretch it out, make it more narrow or taller. The H and the K you should be familiar with because we talked about this when we located the new vertex. So in order for the vertex to move, it's either by sliding, which is called a translation. So we can have a horizontal translation, left or right, moving along the x coordinate, and we could have a vertical translation. So it's moving the y coordinate up and down. Okay, so let's take a look at these examples. Y equals negative x plus 2 squared plus 4. So we have our quadratic equation. The a value is negative 1, as you can tell by the negative sign out in front. And that is a negative, so that means there is going to be a reflection. In other words, the parabola is going to have to open down because the original one was opening up. So there's a vertical reflection. The h value is actually negative 2. We talked about this, that this actually moves the vertex to negative 2, positive 4. So that is moving in the direction of left or right. That would actually be moving it to the left because this is a plus sign right here. So I'm going to write the vocab word, translation, left 2. The k value is plus 4. And that is in charge of moving the y value of the vertex up or down. So this one will be moving up because it's saying plus 4. So I'm going to write down translation up 4. In other words, the vertex is 2, 4. That is not any different than what we did in last lesson when we were sketching the parabolas, which is how I want to finish this problem. We have a coordinate grid. We move the vertex left 2 and up 4. And the original parabola, we said it was reflected from its original direction. In other words, it opens down. Okay, let's take a look at another example with 3 other transformations. Here we have the a value is 2. When the a value is not 1 or negative 1, it actually changes the shape. So we consider that a vertical stretch. It's going to make it look more tall, or in other words, it's going to actually make the parabola look more narrow because it's going to be stretching it out in the y values are going to become a greater value. Okay, the h, x minus h, is actually a positive 3 because it's x minus that value. So that is going to actually move, when you're deciding left or right, that's actually going to move the vertex over to the right. Translation to the right 3 units. Yeah. In other words, when I'm stating what the vertex is, that is going to be a positive 3. There's also a vertical translation because of the k value. The original vertex was at 0, 0, but this one is being translated down. In other words, we have to slide that original coordinate down 5 units. Okay. So we're just getting used to the vocabulary of what is happening to the original graph. We're still locating the Vertex was translated 3 to the right, down 5. And this parabola is still opening up, but because there's a vertical stretch, it's going to actually appear to be taller, a little more narrow than the original parabola was drawn. Okay, give those a shot. Use these notes as vocabulary for describing the transformations from the original parabola. Write it in words, sketch what the vertex is, and then make a simple sketch of your parabola. Have a nice day, guys.